Hello everyone and welcome back to another live duel. It's been a little bit since we did one of these. I'm playing against somebody who came down from a different locals. His name is Fault. We were doing the Uta event. I ended up winning the sealed battle. There's my Luffy just chilling on the mat. So we decided after the event, since it was pretty quick, we were just gonna do a for fun game, Still like kind of competitive. He's testing this Vivi list, trying to make it work. And I'm playing the Red Purple Luffy that I've been playing on the sim, because I would just, wanted to actually play this deck in real life. Having a lot of fun playing this deck. I decided to keep my hand just because I got 2 Namis and a Zoro Juro in it, and I'm like, man, if I didn't have ramp before, I'm definitely going to have it now. So I go Nami, and I drop my cards, and I see 3 Frankies and another Zoro Juro. And I'm like, man, okay, well, I need something to attack with, so I go ahead and take the Luffy. And he's playing a very, very interesting Vivi list. Like, I've never seen a list like this before, and I am actually very impressed. So he goes turn 1, he drops double chopper blockers, which is I think that's a pretty good opening actually. I go 6 in. He's got a 2k counter, but he goes ahead and takes it. I play Zoro Juro and pass, and then he goes up to 4 done. So you guys are gonna see some of his spicy tech that he has. But yeah, look at this. So he goes Sanji, then he uses Vivi effect to draw a card, give the Sanji rush, then uses the Sanji effect and gets a 7k rush body and draws a card. I think that is really cool. That's a really cool interaction haven't seen anybody really using. But yeah, so we pass it back here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done. I'm debating if I want to go into his Sanji or not, and I do go 4 into the Sanji to ramp, and he goes ahead and gives me a 2k counter. I go Jimbart, ramp the Don, and then I go ahead and go 3 into the Sanji. I want to see if he'll give me another card, and he does. He gives me a Smiley, and that's where I was like, that's a weird card to have, but okay. And then I finally go 6 into the Sanji. I got 2 cards out of his hand, and I got to kill the Sanji. I was feeling pretty good, and I left 1 Don open for the Nami. And I go ahead and take this Rad Beam because I feel like I have enough aggression in hand that I am able to actually defend myself. Plus, he doesn't actually have an attacker on board right now. And I know he can give things rush, so that's like the only thing I'm kind of worried about. But yeah, here you go. Here's another one of his like things. I'm like, what does that even do? If you guys didn't know, Caesar Clown is on KO, you get to summon a Smiley from the deck. So he goes ahead and he gives it rush, draws his card, and then he goes 5 into my Zoro and kills it. And then he passes his turn, and I'm like, okay, how bad is a Smiley anyway, right? Like, it can't be that bad. I go ahead and ramp with my leader effects, and I'm at 10 done. And I go 5 into the Caesar. He lets it die, and I'm like, oh, I thought I was gonna have to commit a little bit more. And as you can kind of see his deck profile when he goes through there, and he plays a Smiley, and I'm like, what does Smiley even do? So I'm like, so you have to read all these cards, and he's like, yeah. So if it has a Dawn attached, it gains 1,000 for each card in my hand. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good because you're also just drawing cards. So I go 5. I play the Queen, get to start looking for some cards here. And I have like a bunch of cards. Like I have double Jambe and he has double Chopper, so I decided I want to keep the Jambes, and I go Luffy and 6 in with the remainder of my Don, and he goes round table and he drops a King, which is it's like indifferent. Like it's a 1k counter and it's huge, but I don't know if he should have dropped it for counter. I think maybe he should have taken the life, but we got to see what he has planned here. Like what's he trying to do here? It's gonna take a second to think. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in hand. So this Smiley is gonna go up to 7k with a Don under it. He taps 5, and he pops a Marco, or he pops with Marco. He pops my Nami. Then he gives it rush by using 2 Don and drawing a card. And it looks like he got a 2k counter Sanji, and then he goes the 7 in. Or the 8 in, and I'm like, maybe, yeah, I'll go ahead and counter out of this, getting to 9. I think I just realized I didn't swing up my leader too last turn. Then he goes 6 into something, and I think I just took it. Alright, so now it comes back to our turn. I'm gonna go into the smiley. And then I go 5 with Bart into his life. He gives me a 2k counter Sanji. I go 6 in, and he takes this one. And then I go 6 in. So if I'm swinging my whole board, you guys already know what's about to happen. I rest 10, drop the 10 drop, put everything back at the bottom of my deck. And now we're in 10 drop turn. I ramp, and then I should go 7 into, I believe, life? Maybe I go Marco to see if I can get an event out of his hand. Let's see. He goes round table, drops a chopper. I think I did go into his life then, because I feel like he would have just dropped the round table if I went into the Marco. So I go ahead and ramp, resting 1 to get 1, and then I go... I think right here I'm deciding, should I go 12 into the Marco, or should I go in? So I go 7 into the Marco here, and he blocks it. I go 12 into the Marco here, and he blocks it. I'm like, cool, I got rid of everything. I played Nami. Go ahead and search. I take another counter card, because I feel like with 2 attackers and 1 Jump in hand, because I did use 1, I should be able to end this game soon. But it was at this point I'm like, oh wait, he's got 2 life still. This is not the best situation to be in. But he finally hits his 10 Dawn, and he goes 10 drop Luffy, so he goes 6 into my life. And I'm like, alright, I'll guard point this. And he does have the rush, and so he goes 11 in, and let's see what I decide to do here. It looks like I could counter out of it, but it would take my whole hand. With the Rad Beam plus the Gatling I searched earlier. Alright. And now he has 2 cards in hand, so I have to start messing with his hand. There we go, I'm back at 9 Dawn, only 8 active though. So I have a bunch of defensive events in hand, and I even have a Whitebeard, but I can't drop the Whitebeard here. So let's see what I decide to do. Looks like I'm going in with 15 into the Luffy, because he only has 2 cards in hand, so just trying to guarantee kill it. Yeah, I can already see my brain working here. Like, do I go 5 into life, or do I go 6 into Marco? Only 2 cards in hand, so something is gonna give, right? But I also need enough to keep the events alive, so I decided to go 8 into Marco, forcing him to have the event. And it actually does work out. I get rid of the Marco, and I keep 2 Dawn up. So it's looking pretty bad for him here. I cleared his entire board. He doesn't have much left going on in his hand. So let's see what he decides to do here. There's no way for him to kill this Luffy, my 10 drop, so he's gonna have to just deal with it. Alright, so he's counting out his Dawn. He goes 2 for the Sanji. He gives it Rush. And then he's gonna go the Sanji effect to go up to 7k. And then he's gonna go 7, 8, 9, oh, he's going really big into it. So he has 8 Dawn on this Sanji right now. I go double Rad Beam, which gets me to 14. Oh man, yep, and I ended up surviving, and he did take his own life, so now it's looking really, really bad for him. With 4 cards in hand, let's see what I decide to do here. I go 12 into life just to make him take it. And then I just go the full... I don't even know why I'm counting it out. But it's funny. Let's see. I go the full 16 in, maybe? I could leave 1 up. That'd be funny. Nope, I go the full 16 in right into his life, and he doesn't have it. And yep, good game, Fault. Thank you for showing up to our locals. It was really fun to meet you. I know right after this match he subscribed. Fun game. And thanks everyone for watching. Everybody have a nice day and peace.